Cape at all, which is surprising. Cape is actually okay safety. Probably not early. And
go ahead.
And our first item, Power Glove. Wow. I think that's the second time in a row I've commented a seed that had Power Glove.
Yeah, that's a crazy start.
And very nice heads-up knowledge for Jewel there. Getting a bomb from the 50-50 rock. So it doesn't have to worry about grinding no matter what the prize is here.
Yeah, which could be important depending on what we start with, especially if it's like something like Cane of Burna where it's harder to farm.
Or it'd just be 10 bombs. Cane of Burna! That's actually my preferred start item, actually. I said actually twice, didn't I? Anyway. I like it not so much for the escape sequence, but I just like having it for blind. And hey, 3 more bombs, so don't need to grind at all.
Nope, doesn't matter.
But Jewel will have the 3 bombs necessary for Kakariko.
Yep, won't have to worry about getting that extra bomb, but even if he doesn't find any bombs and doesn't worry about farming, he'll have 10 chests to try to find some bombs in addition to all the rest of the locations on the way still.
Yeah. And something I didn't mention yet, people are probably going to wonder, oh, hey, they can just break out of the escape sequence with that Fire Glove. No, we actually made it so you cannot do that even if you get the first item glove. You have to do the escape sequence in this standard mode.
Yep, that rain will keep going until Zelda is rescued.
And, no, what I was getting at is we put a guard next to the big rock outside, so you couldn't use the Power Glove to get out of the Hyrule Castle area.
I gotcha.
Monkey in the chest.
Yep, and Jullo got another bomb as well.
Very nice. Yeah, folks, the sprite that Eriphram is using is specifically 0 suit stamina, so it'll be down there at the lower end of the list. Jewel, meanwhile, is using what is known as... Oh, what was the name? Papoy?
Yep, Papoy.
Yeah. I watched the Let's Play, and I don't know why, but the Let's Player called this sprite Pranko, and it just stuck with me. So if you hear me refer to Jewel's sprite like that, well, that's why.
Yeah, I won't go into details because I don't want to go off topic, but I know why he's probably called that. But so far, you know, fairly quick escape. It's going to be about 4 minutes going upstairs. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, and their magic totals, though, is another thing here. Eriphram has just about half, whereas Jewel is down to maybe a quarter.
Yeah, the only thing they have to worry about now, though, is that rat to get the key, and there are some magic pot pickups in the sewers themselves.
Yeah, there's a few of those as well, and if Jewel absolutely has trouble, he can sacrifice at least one of his bombs and not be in too big of a problem.
Yeah, and that's one of the best rooms right there to farm for a bomb when you get burned if you have the magic.
Yeah, the snake's being very kind, and just having a piece of heart. The rest of the items in Escape are going to be items too, so...
Yep, already found the map and small key.
Yeah, those were the second checkpoint and Zelda's chest, respectively. And a clean guard kill for Eriphram. Or, not guard, rat kill. You'll also get in the rat kill.
Yep,
Had to
pretty
chase
much the last, little bit of a chase and almost ran out of magic. We got him.
And that is some sync right there. They're going in the chest at the same time. 20. Heart piece. Titan's Mid already. What the?
So we're a pearl away from...
We're away from Darkhold Axe. Yes. That doesn't kill Aghanim, though, but on its own. Ugh. It doesn't kill Aghanim on its own, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, even if we get the Moon Pearl and we get Darkhold Axe, it still would need to find Flippers or the Hammer to completely rule Egg out. Plus, we gotta see what's on Lumberjack Ledge, too.
Yeah. Hammer is the definitive one. Wow! Half magic? Interesting.
I heard you want some magic.
So this is a very interesting start here. And Boat Burner's getting out around 6:25. That's pretty good. And we have Vanilla Eastern, Vanilla Desert. Hera is one of our crystals.
Yeah, Hera was 3, but not quite vanilla on Desert. Desert's typically red pendant.
No, actually. Hera's blue. Hera is red. And, Desert's blue. If I recall right.
Got single arrow in the mushroom spot.
And Aga is not required for Lumberjack. It's only a piece of heart. And Jewel finds another one there. So, the good news is we have one pendant in the Dark World. Bad news is, no matter what, a medallion is going to be required at some point. We just don't know which one. And I'm assuming that one of the medallions is our pendant. If it turns out both are crystals, then we might need 2 medallions. But right now, as we know it, safe to assume we need at least one. There's some bombs. Another heart piece. Just a straight up container. That's nice to see, and some more money. Now, Sir Link, what do you think about the fact that we have a green pendant Eastern?
I might be, depending on what you find, especially if you go to that area, might be a little bit more tempted to go into it to check for items, because if you find all 3 items, then you really only have to worry about it for that green pendant.
Well, fire source required, please. We have the magic mirror. Jewel finding that in the well. And there's a... Okay, Hera is available to them.
Yeah, Hera is available. That's probably one of the best places to find the flute, too.
And all rise for the swag duck. Actually, wait, I would not go up to Hera right now. I just realized.
Yeah, you don't have any way to actually, even if you don't have to go to the basement, can't do anything about Troll Dorm. No weapons.
Well, Kane Burner counts as 11, but he's immune to it, I think.
Yeah, he's not. Can't be touched by that.
I think it's because it's based on sword beams. Speaking of swords,
There's a sword though.
all right. So, yep, Hera's now back in her. Hera's absolutely play. Only a big 20 at the chicken coop.
Library is just a piece of heart. Gonna go check the race game. Race game just has an arrow upgrade. I'm gonna guess we're gonna flute to the dam at this point.
I personally would have done something slightly different, but this is just me. I would have fluted to desert, check desert ledge, and there's our silver arrows for a jewel. But yeah, I would flute to desert real quick, check desert ledge, and check Angina, and then flute back to 7. Because it's out of the way, you don't necessarily want to walk there, but you have the flute, so you might as well. And also, you can check Checkerboard Cave while you're at it.
Yeah, checkerboard's a thing. Looks like that's what Eriphram is going to be doing.
And Meyer is our last pendant. Turtle Rock and Pals of Darkness are our 5-6.
Yep, so only going to need one medallion, but who knows, Misery Meyer might have some progression.
Also like how Zero Suit's just a Metroid. The baby Metroid. Are we going to see what Meyer requires? Meyer will require Quake to enter. Meanwhile, Jewel is checking Mini Moldorm. Just a piece of art in the desert ledge. Frame's gonna pick that up.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna skip it, but decided to go back and grab it. But Mini Moldorm Cave, arrow upgrade, 20 rupees, bomb upgrade,
Ooh.
blue mail, and 10 arrows.
Yeah, nothing too spectacular, but that blue mail is a very nice thing to see with such low health at this point. And Checkerboard Cave is only a piece of heart. You're right there. Ah, faked us out.
Faked you in the swag duck out.
All right. Getting all these desert checks done is, like I said, I approve of this.
Yeah, especially if something major's here, like the Moon Pearl.
There's our Moon Pearl, ladies and gentlemen.
So definitely the good play, we'll see. And Jello's going to head up to Death Mountain.
And oh, Eriphram. Okay, I see now. I now noticed the different pronunciation there. But we'll be going to check Meyer's ship real quick before moving on. And nothing too important in Fire Shed, but that's important on Jules' end.
Yeah, so we know the bow is locked behind the lamp then.
That's right. Question is it a double dip into Piles of Darkness? Is it a double dip into Eastern, or is it meant that you're supposed to go and get into someplace like Turtle Rock? We don't know yet. But the lamp could be somewhere on the mountain.
Yeah, it very well could be, and we just saw. I think that was just a big 20 inside Spectacle Rock. There was a shield on top of Spectacle Rock.
And there is the Secret of Mana Moogle. Joel's gonna dip in a Hera, get an early crystal. And given our pendant and crystal distribution, that's pretty good play. Just save Turtle Rock for last.
Well, yeah, and they might not even need Turtle Rock either, so.
And
oh, wait, yeah, they will. It's a crystal. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking it was a pendant.
Yeah. And Eriphram gets their blue mail. And Jewel doing something that I actually like doing on my own when I'm low on health here in Hera. Flipping the crystal switch again so that it's orange down. And as a result, when Jewel goes up to this upper floor here, he'll have access to a bunch of hearts under some pots.
Yeah, the devs were at least nice enough, considering how bad this fight can be, to give you plenty of health.
Yes, and we're not talking about the Link to the Past devs. We're talking about the original devs of the game. This is here even in vanilla.
Alright, looks like we're gonna get our Dark World access. We're gonna see how he routes this.
Trollderm could have the small key, or Trollderm could have the second item, because we do have that logic that can lock a small key on itself. But Jewel takes a fall to Moldarm.
They got 3 very nice quick spins, but Trollderm wasn't having it.
Just some resources for Eriphram. What? What? I'm seeing stuff I've never seen before. Jeez.
Trollderm was not playing around.
Well, did you see where Jewel landed?
Yeah.
There's the cape. That was an interesting location. I've seen a lot of like rebounds from Trollderm, but that's the first time I've ever seen someone actually hang on to the ledge for dear life.
Yeah, Trollderm just... Oh, we've got the Enrage, which will always happen on Fighter's Sword.
Yeah, nothing you can do to avoid that. It's always 6 hits. And there is the small key, so we do have an item locked in Hera. Question is, how soon is that fire source?
Yeah, now we need the fire source, so who knows?
Those aren't smiths, those are shoemakers, and they made us a nice set of water toes.
Yes, they did, so... That means Aga is officially dead now.
Yeah. Normally I would say not quite because of the hammer potential for Fat Fairy, but we need the hammer to reach Fat Fairy in the first place. Because you needed to get one of the 5/6. But yeah, Aga is well and truly dead. Alright, so piece of heart, arrow booster, and 20 rupees for Jewel. we'll probably enter Eastern here. And we're seeing a very different playstyle from both of our runners. Eriphram prioritizing the overworld checks, whereas Jules just going into dungeons.
Yeah, which I kind of like the routing because it seems like in V29 that the overworld just holds a lot more value than it has in previous iterations, to where it's like if you could go into a dungeon, especially if you could full clear, go do the dungeon. Whereas this one, it kind of almost penalizes you for just skipping out on overworld locations.
Yeah, and we know that the Moon Pearl is unfortunately one of those overworld locations that no one likes checking. Right, first chest in Thieves Town is 20 rupees. And yes, chat, Moon Pearl was at Agina's cave. Eriphram decided to use the flute, the Titan's Foot, and the mirror to check the mire area first before doing South Shore loop. And as a result, he found the Moon Pearl.
He almost forgot about Agina's cave himself. He fluted like he was about to leave and then probably remembered it at the last second.
Alright, 2 more items here for both sides. That's a fighter shield for Eriphram.
Yeah, so we know where 2 of the shields are then.
It's kind of a shame that Eriphram hasn't checked them out yet. Because this is just me personally, I like the fire shield for the blind fight as well.
Yeah, it does make that fight so much easier. But he does have Cape and Burna with half magic, so even without that, it's going to be a fairly easy fight.
Oh, yes, we get to do my favorite strat, if Eriphram will do it. I absolutely love hugging blind to death with the cane. It is just so satisfying a kill.
I think we've only seen 1 or maybe 2 of the items out of Eastern Palace so far.
Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to the items. There's a map. Alright, so we either have the small key in the big chest, or we get the small key on the maintenance chest.
Yep, gotta be one of those 2 locations.
And then there's this 50-50 toss of whether or not blind has the item or the compass. There's another item here in the big key chest for Jewel. Just some arrows, though.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna finish the dungeon though. Already has that bow plus silver arrows, so it'll make short work of Armos. Just got to get through this one dark room.
Yeah, and this one dark room is made a little bit easier if you have the fire rod. But we don't take lightning torch sconces into account, so it's gonna shoot the guard in the face and move on. And small key is locked in the big chest.
So not having the hammer is not going to be a bad thing in this dungeon.
In case you're just wondering, well, blind can have the small key. That's actually not programmed in this logic. He cannot have the small key at all. I think it's due to potential key shenanigans.
Yeah, I believe that's potential that you could actually end up soft locking, if that's the case.
Alright, so we're seeing a simultaneous boss fight here. Both of these dungeons are... Actually, no. Eastern's not technically required unless Pedestal is, but...
Oh, Eastern's green, though, as well, so...
Yeah, I will play there. 20 rupees and 5 rupees, respectively. And both of our runners getting a nice catch on their respective prize. Eriphram taking out Blind. Joel taking out the Armos Knights. All right, let's see if that medallion or that pendant was worth it. Pendant was not required.
No, I mean, Armel still had an item, so it wasn't like he decided to spend the time and not get another item out of it. I mean, neither one was anything you needed, but it wasn't a complete loss of time.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe pedestals required, and he's got a time advantage now.
Yeah, that's possible.
We obviously won't know until much later. First chest in Skullwoods is our compass. And Jewel is finally checking Agnes Cave will get their Moon Pearl. And I sense a little bit of frustration because I think Jewel is down to this location, nowhere else. Although I don't think Jewel realizes that Checkerboard Cave is an option still.
Yeah, you would have Checkerboard Cave. Technically, the inside of Desert, depending on how the keys are set up. And Zora is actually there as well, because they have gloves.
Gloves, but not enough money. First item found in Skullwoods, and it's the magic powder. Very, very nice item to find.
Yep, the best safety in the game.
I'm most efficient, definitely. Some people argue the cape's all you need. Alright, what is in the big key chest here in Skullwoods? We have... the map. So the other item in here is fire locked.
Yeah, it is. And I wonder if Jolo is going to head into Desert. Yeah, he is.
Poke it in. I mean, not much of a time waste because Joel can just mirror out. And who knows, maybe there's progression in here. I've seen it several times, Pendant Dungeons having progression.
Yeah, and especially if, you find out if it's boot locked, which it's not, because you've got a compass there. It's an even quicker check.
And we are going to sleep Umber Cave real quick. It is our Master Sword! Jewel, meanwhile, finding the small key in the first chest. And Eriphram just getting trolled by that spear thrower.
Yeah, and the Murder Dactyl before that, they did not want him to have the Master Sword.
Oh. Jewel finds just 10 arrows here. I'm gonna go back in for the big chest. And depending on what this item is here in Desert, or its big chest, Desert might, the second item here might be fire locked.
Yep.
It's the map, so we will need, if Molar has an important item, we'll have to come back and fight him. Eriphram's gonna check Graveyard Ledge. Joel's gonna check Checkerboard Cave. Let's see which item pays out a little bit more.
We knew Checkerboard Cave was already just the Pizza Heart. And just a Pizza Heart there, too.
How vanilla.
Jello's going to be heading into the Dark World. We'll see how he routes this.
Eriphram will be picking up the bow here in just a little bit. It is fire source locked, or lamp locked. So based on what we found, where do you think our progression is?
Trying to think, because I don't believe I've seen Eriphram. We didn't see Hype Cave yet. I don't think we saw the South Dark World route.
Haven't seen South Dark World.
So we've got Grove, K45, Hype Cave. With the bow, we've got Pod.
We also haven't seen the northeastern side of the Hyrule area.
Yeah, we do have Zora area that hasn't been checked. We have flippers for that.
We can also go see Catfish, technically, as well.
Yeah, Catfish. Catfish is on the table. Pyramid is on the table.
It's kind of a roundabout way, but yeah.
Chat making that lovely suggestion for the runners that there's progression inside of Swamp with the one chest we have access to right now.
I completely forgot about that. I've had it happen before, that one chest being the hammer.
I've had that one chest being the mitts.
Not just the hookshot, Leticus, I believe that's how it's pronounced. We also need the hammer to get past that first chest in Swamp.
Yep, no hammer. You get one chest. If you have the hammer, you have access to
about half.
Yeah, the big chest if you find the big key somewhere, and then I believe there's 3 more chests you have access to. Yeah, just kind of having each runner retrace the footsteps of other runners, or the other runner at this point. So, you know, if you're enjoying the race, go ahead and definitely give both these runners a follow. They're putting on a good show for us so far, and I'm sure it's only going to get better.
And while we're having a little bit of downtime here, I'll also give a quick shout out to our tracker Deuce-May, keeping the trackers there up to date for you guys. Doing a fairly good job so far.
Actually, there is one location I forgot about in our list of where progression could be. Magic Bat.
Right, that is available. I did think about that earlier, I just didn't mention it. Golden Sun, no, we did not. The item in the Thieves Town Big Chest is just the small key. It locked itself in its own chest. All right, Boulder going a little bit hyper here.
Okay, I was wondering, like, why is Jello skipping Master? So I was like, oh, he doesn't have his cape yet.
Yeah, where was that cape again?
I'm trying to think where the cape was. Was it in Thieves Town?
I think it was in the... It was in the Village of Outcast area, I think. Maybe not in Thieves Town itself.
I know it wasn't Chess Game. Yeah, I'm almost positive it had to be the Village of Outcast area.
Ah, the brewery chest. Thank you, chat. I had a gut thinking that it was there, but I just didn't see it. 216 items in the pool. It's kind of hard to keep track of them all of that in your head.
Yeah, it can be a little difficult. But I'm sure, maybe not right after picking up the cape, but I'm sure we're going to see Jolo heading back that way once getting the cape at some point.
Was the Eriphram working their way over to the magic bat area?
Yep.
All right, we'll see if this pays out.
I was like, not like that, because you're going to actually have to leave your portal behind. So no hammer. I'm actually going to nope out of it because of that, it looks like.
Yeah, I can see why. Opting to do the other South Dark World checks that he did not do yet. And then later, maybe come back with a hammer and check it. Four items for 20 bombs. Or 3 bombs, rather. I got confused with the Red Ruby.
Hey, T-Viz, starting weapon was the Cane of Burna.
Yeah. Now, again, this is just me, but I would have probably stayed in the digging game just a little bit.
Try to get some of the money back.
Try to get some of the money back and maybe even more. And there's Bombos for Eriphram. Because paying the 80 and notwithstanding, we are, including paying that 80, we were 150 away from Zora. And that game has an increased chance to get 20 rupees, I think. Just naturally.
Yeah, but with finding the Bombos medallion, that's one of the potential items we need that can't be on pedestal anymore.
Yeah, matter of fact, the only thing that can absolutely be a pedestal at this point is the hook shot, or maybe the boots, depending on words. I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. Boots in case of GT.
Yeah, but there's still plenty that could actually be on there, because Fire Rod could technically be there.
No. Well, no, Fire Rod can't be there. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of T-Rock's pendant, and my bad. There's the hammer!
Yep, there's a hammer, though.
I got it backwards.
Yeah, let's see. Both rods could be there. Ether could be there at this point. Hookshot could be there. Hammer could have been there, but no longer. Boots could potentially be there. Depending... Yeah, Boots could, because we already know Desert's not Boots locked.
I kind of derped there and thought, and got the pendants mixed up. Wow, I'm gonna reel. I'm reeling a bit.
Nah, it's okay. I did it earlier, so you can just blame it on me that I did it.
I just need some caffeine.
We're gonna get a hobo check.
Yeah, items that can't be at pedestal, now that I got my head on straight. Cannot be Samaria, cannot be Quake, cannot be the lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got quite a few major items that potentially could be on there.
Alright, so we're gonna see Eriphram checking Pyramid. Meanwhile, Joel is about to begin the blind fight. Quake cannot be a pedestal because Misery Mire requires Quake. And for the same reasons, Lamp and Samaria cannot be there. And with the hammer in hand, Eriphram is going to ignore the rest of the Dark World here.
Which there's not much he's actually leaving behind, with the exception of like Swamp, really, and I guess Ice Palace, depending on how keys are set up. Because, I mean, you could go in a pod, but a lot of that is lamp locked, technically. Well, you know, not locked, but behind a dark room.
Yeah, and pod is one of the more difficult rooms to do lampless.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, just the saturation of chests in this area. We haven't even been to Eastern Death Mountain, so we've got 8, you know, 9, because we could technically go into Hookshot Cave and check what's on the floating island. Got Super Bunny Cave, so there's like 11 items over here. Plus, you get knowledge of what pendant or medallion you need to finish this game now.
Yeah. Can't get anything out of Hookshot Cave just yet, but can definitely at least check the floating island, like you said.
I almost feel like we might find the lamp up here.
Given how the progression is, I don't doubt it. We might also find just another form of progression, like the fire rod. Or a bottle. That's actually our first bottle.
Yep, sick kid progression.
A sick is easy enough to check at least. We just have to figure the 3. Second bottle. I only saw 1. Oh, Hobo had a bottle?
No, Hobo had a 20.
That's what I thought.
The Hobo, when you talk to him, he initially does hold up the bottle. Like he's going to give it to you just like vanilla, but it changes to the item that it's going to be when Link holds it up.
And Paradox giving a bunch of money. And there's Quake, and there's our actual second bottle with another bee in it, it looks like.
This seed brought to you by B-Torp.
Well, that's all the money Eriphram needs for the rest of the seed. And Jewel will be getting their flips.
Yeah, and you gotta think, with this much money after finishing this off, if you don't dive into a dungeon, he's gonna check Zora's area at this point. But yeah, Mire is... The 2 items of Mire could potentially be open now. Oh, wait, no, we still need Hookshot boots. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't have the means to enter Mire. We don't have the means to finish Mire, even. So, Pet is still... While it's potentially alive in terms of medallion required, we still don't know if we have... It's required. and it's not actually on the table. Bombos, though, is our medallion for Turtle Rock. We are good to go.
All right,
and in case you're wondering where Bombos is, it's right there on Joel's end.
Yep, so that takes Ether off the table of pedestal then.
Yeah, so now it can only be the rods. Or Hotshot.
Or Hookshot, yep. Or any of the various fetch quest items to lead to those, too.
Alright. Another rupee? Wow.
Still, nope, never mind. We don't have. Oh, yeah, we do have hammer. So yeah, one more location then. Spike Cave.
Do we even do Spike Cave though? I mean, yeah, we can do Spike Cave.
Yeah, we can. Half magic and Burna plus hammer and glove upgrade puts it in logic, and Moon Pearl, but.
That's gonna be a fairly dicey one too. Get to heal though. And there's Jewel heading into Hive Cave. And there's Ether.
Oh, major item, but nothing that's needed this seed.
I don't know, it'll be helpful in the gauntlet and nothing else.
Yeah, this is true.
One room in particular, and we both know what it is, the Stalfos room.
Yes.
Just get them out of the... Just get those random dodging skeletons out of there.
Alright, so not only do we find 2 bees, but they're both golden bees too.
Eriphram opting to buy a potion.
My 2 of them actually. Oh, nope. Gonna, I guess, probably green just to get his magic back. Nope.
And going, looks like Eriphram's gonna go to the pod.
Yeah.
Do the pod Eastern combo. That's an absolutely fine play if I do say so.
Yeah, it's a good play. A lot of items in pod are potentially locked behind the lamp, but if you're comfortable with your dark rooms, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and again, that's might be also playing into what I said earlier in the stream, or at the start rather, where Eriphram has about a year of experience total with the randomizer, whereas Jewel only has about 3 months. So Eriphram most likely well versed in the dark rooms at this point. But Jewel is also heading in this direction. And there's Kiki the monkey. Alright, so pot is over for Jewel. Eriphram not too far behind.
And lamp could be in pod, depends how we see keys though too.
Key in the first chest.
Because there's not that many locations for the lamp to actually be here. Because it can't be in the Bollock side, and it can't be in any of the dark rooms. Because it's the lamp, but yeah.
Alright, so quick work on the mimics.
Yep, and even getting some different routing from both runners too.
Eriphram deciding to start working their way to the back. Ooh, nice find from Jewel. We have a bacon sword.
Yep, not gonna say no to that. Don't have to worry about Master Sword Ganon anymore.
Yeah, that is just a huge relief. Master Sword Ganon versus Temper Sword Ganon is just a huge, huge difference. And it speeds up so many more of the boss fights yet to come as well.
So yeah, with them checking everywhere so far, the only place, if Lamp is in pot at this point, the only place Lamp can be is, or two places. There's two chests that are still on the light side, so.
And chat bringing something else, but that bow, I completely forgot, that was Lamp Lock, so the Tempered Sword is not supposed to be in your hands right now.
Nope, by logic, you should not have it yet.
And if that means Lamp's in here, that means this is a forced double dip. By the logic standpoint, we're obviously going to most likely full clear this place. Oh my goodness.
Well, there's the hook shot, though.
That's swamp.
Yeah, we've got full swamp access now. And even finding the Tempered Sword, that means Argus is that much easier, too.
Got small key in the dark. And the compass as well.
See, I imagine after this, you've got to go to Swamp. Or just check some of those high-density locations you still have in Overworld, like neither runners check Zora's area, as far as I'm aware, so there's 4 chests, 5 chests if you route Catfish in with it. And considering they're leaving pot, it'd be the best time to do it.
Alright, so here comes the dark phase for Jewel. ₹20. That item we could not see because of the darkness.
Yep, could not see, so have to wait for a menu check or something like that.
And a bomb booster. Well, it wasn't the map. So map looks to be...
Maps on Helmasaur.
Maps on Helmasaur. Because we don't have a small key. And that means the Harmless Hellway, as we call it, that has... No, that was checked.
Yeah, everything's been checked except Helmasaur now, so it will be a map.
And Eriphram showing off their skill doing the hammer yump.
Got it pretty much the last possible chance you could. I think that was the big key then.
Yeah! Had to have been the big key.
Because Eriphram could not pick that up, and I didn't see the big key anywhere
big
else.
Key.
Yep. So now if Eriphram does decide, and I'm sure he's going to full clear it, he will have a little bit of an easier time in the turtle room, because he can flip them over and ether if he wants to freeze them, and then he'll actually be able to see them. Whereas Jolo's going to be doing this just completely in the dark.
Yeah, this will be a true test of our runner's skill here. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, to me this is one of the hardest dark rooms in the game without fire rod.
Yeah. I would probably say that's like the second hardest room, and only to the gauntlet that is Aga Tower. Under the same conditions, I might add.
Yeah, I guess as far as Egg, I don't see it too much as a dark room. Yes, it is a dark room, but you typically are never going to go through there unless you have the lamp already anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my second, to me it's the second most difficult after Misery Mire.
Yeah, I can see that.
But he did make quick work of that room, even completely in the dark like that, so... have to smash Helmet Source 17 times, which is already done.
You go for the 4 slashes. And there's the map. But also, one of our 5-6.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think the 5-6 actually matters anymore. Because Go Mode,
it matters in the situation if boots are required for GT.
That's true.
But that's it. Nothing else.
Yep, that's the only thing. Or, you know, fetch quests to boots, all that fun stuff. But yeah, because we're just Fire Rod, Ice Rod, Samaria away from being able to complete all the dungeons, and then, you know, Lamp to do it logically.
I actually also stand corrected. Book also for the same reason. We could have something on the book that leads to that situation. But it ultimately ends up being boots required for GT. And Eljo's saying, Ice Rod, no. Ice Rod cannot be a Fat Fairy. You need to kill Trinex to get the last crystal.
Eriphram using that blue potion was down to 1.5 hearts.
Yeah, so first we go with this this hammer fight with the mask of the Halazer King.
I actually just thought about this. You know what else Hookshot opened up?
Hookshot Cave.
Two things. 3 things if you include Hookshot Cave.
It opened... Oh, it opened Mire.
Mire's completely open, as is Ice Palace.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, no. I have... Mire's not 100% open.
Yeah, everything except for Vitreous, but...
And the fire lock sides. The 2 chests on the left side,
Yeah,
which are fire
right.
locked.
Yeah, we're still missing the lamp or the fire rod for those.
Alright, so we're seeing the Zora's Domain Shack. It feels like it's been forever since we found those flippers. On the ledge. There's the lamp!
Okay, now everything but Vitreous is open. Well, for Eriphram, at least. Jolo's still missing Quake, so he won't be able to do that.
if this is Candy Samaria. Nope, just cuts the 0 off and hands you the rest.
And Eriphram is going to make the play into Swamp.
Well, Joel gets that lamp.
I think he's gonna, looks like, nope, he's pulling the flute out. Nope, back to Hammer. So yeah, he's probably gonna be making the play into Swamp himself now.
And actually with that lamp, we're now back on sequence as far as the items go.
Yep, we are fully in sequence now.
There's the Candy Samaria. Okay.
So now Meyer's open.
More importantly, Pet's open.
Pit is also open.
Oh boy. Settle in, folks. We might have a pedestal seed.
Yep, still have both rods potentially on there, and any of the fetch quests to those rods.
It can also even just be the boots, which we may need, which while they are not required per se, may be needed to get the torch item off of out of GT.
I mean, boots could even be used to get to those rods, because boots do lock 2 items.
So yeah, a lot of pedestal speculation here, folks, but nothing set in stone. We don't know what it is, but all we know is that it's available to be acquired by both runners. Jewel now with their Candy Samaria. And there's the big key in a very nice spot for Eriphram.
Yeah, if you're going to find that, you want to find it early. That way you can open this chest up and not have to worry about coming back in.
And it looks like we will be seeing left side first.
Yeah, which, when you're looking for multiple items, you usually don't want to do a left side skip. If you're only looking for one item, then it's typically quicker to just kind of go mode the dungeon. If you find the item, good. If not, come back in and do left side. You don't lose too much time.
Well, we don't know if left side is just map or compass yet, but if there is an item over here, with there being 2 rods left, only like 2 items left for an actual go mode. Yeah, you don't leave those behind. That's actually something I've seen on several occasions in which someone left a stone, which, if they had left no stone unturned, they would have probably won the race. And oddly enough, I think it was in both times there was Swamp Palace here on left side.
And they are commonly skipped chests, so.
Here's the compass.
Ooh, and I think, unfortunately, Jolo, I think he flooded the key.
No, he's got one. Couldn't get over here without a key, so he's got the other one. And someone asked, why does Finding Kingdom on pedestal? Because Misery Mart is our last pendant dungeon that we can access, and we have now the means to reach the boss. Hammer was Hype Cave, was it not?
Yes, Hammer was in Hype Cave.
I'm not sure if there's anything else that was important in Hype Cave, though.
Yeah, he must have flooded the key, it looks like, because that would be the only reason he would have exited and did what he just did.
Oh, you were talking about Jewel. I thought you were mentioning Eriphram flooding the key.
Nope.
Oh no, that's a big problem. But thankfully, due to some logic fixes here, only had to leave and re-enter the dungeon. If you try that in vanilla gameplay, you'll have to fully transition away from Swamp Palace and get all the water reset in the area.
And that's actually what Jolo ended up doing, was transitioning to redo the water entirely, instead of just leave and exit. Yeah, so far nothing in Swamp, though.
Well, the first item in Swamp was our major item.
Yeah, we had some Mario.
So, I think Eriphram will be heading to Ice Palace next. And after Ice Palace, Mirror, and then go to Zora.
Yeah, he might even do Zora first, who knows, because some runners like to avoid Ice Palace just because of how much of a difference it makes when you're in go mode.
Yes, but sometimes it can't be avoided. Trust me. I tried to avoid it when it's a pendant, ended up being required. And yes, very good shot there by Eriphram. They're killing Colts, or I almost said the wrong name there. Argus in one shot of the Silver Arrows. Silver Arrows can pretty much one shot any boss that's they're vulnerable to. With the exception of Colster. Colster just way too tanky.
And Vitreous.
I said Colster, didn't I?
Yes.
I meant Vitreous. Colster's immune to the bow. I get them backwards all the time.
I mean, they're both high bosses, so it's understandable. Avocado's number, as far as Ped, it can either be Fire Rod or Ice Rod, or any fetch quest items into it.
Or it could be any fetch quest item that leads eventually into Boots, and Boots are required for our Ganstar Big Key. We don't know yet. Ped is a maybe right now. It's available, but we don't have the means to check it outside of a blind pull.
Alright, first chest was a map.
Alright, so that means that this place was, I think, hookshot locked?
Yes.
That was close. I thought for a second that that bomb would not trip the switch. Very textbook Stoffels room there. And the ice balance spawn jump from Eriphram?
That looks good, yep.
Very nicely done. Jules just sniping an Argus. Grabs their crystal and moves on. Ooh. I'm looking at the items here, and our remaining crystals. If Eriphram finds the fire rod, he can do a major gamble.
Ice Rod and Turtle Rock?
You do Ice Rod, Turtle Rock, and just go with the remaining dungeons.
Yeah, it's, well, I mean, if you find it here, Swamp or Skull Woods has already been checked, and I think we know one of the items is in the back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we know at least one item's in the back.
And that was a good place to find the big key.
And there's a small key. I don't get the reference being made in chat at all. Do you?
Nope.
Well, there's the first item we found here. It's just a 10 arrow booster. Joel is heading into Ice Palace alongside Eriphram. Huh. Quiet?
I think I might have been lagging a little bit there, but...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
I think we had a little bit of technical difficulties there. We just kind of... We were talking, but nothing going on, so... But, I'll ask you again. Where do you think one of these rods are at this point?
I'm gonna say both are actually Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But Fire Rod on Laser Bridge and then Ice Rod all the way in the front?
That would be very interesting, yeah. Oh, Coaster did have a key.
Yeah, we found all three items. The last two.
Yeah, it was Heart Container, Temple. It was a Heart Container, Bomb Booster, and Air Booster, was it not?
Yes. Yeah, that was a good Cold Star fight, so we'll see where Eriphram heads now. I think he's going to do his Zora check, he still hasn't done that.
Someone's asking if you've done the front of school. Yes. Eriphram has specifically done it. Jewel has not.
No, Jullo's done it too.
Really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, 'cause that's where Powders is. Actually, has either runner checked Magic Bet yet?
I think Jewel did? No, neither runner is currently.
Hookshot Cave has not been checked yet. When we were in Dark Death Mountain, we did not have the hookshot yet.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we could have a huge gamble in Turtle Rock here. The play is there if you want to take it, but it is a significant time loss at this point that might cost you the race.
It all depends on what you find in that first chest in Turtle Rock, though, too, because if you don't find a small key without the fire rod, you're locked out of the dungeon immediately. I'm trying to think other.
What Cyclone? This right here on Eriphram screen.
Let's see. Places items could be. I believe we left an item behind in Hera.
Yeah,
I think there's the item in Hera basement. That's lamp lock. There's the item in desert on Lanmolas.
We technically did leave an item behind in these down, but it's just a small key, so we can't even bother. Both of our runners have been relatively thorough.
Yeah, and you kind of have to be, especially when you're looking for something like the Ice Rod, because, like, you know, pretty much can be anywhere in this case except behind Trinex, which is on Trinex himself and Ganon's Tower.
Hookshot Cave has 5 items, technically. Because we don't know what Floating Island is either, and we can get that too.
No, they checked Floating Islands. I believe it's a hard container.
Medefen asking what the Secret Mana Girl's Bunny Sprite is. The Sprite, Pop Boy's Bunny Sprite, is a Moogle.
Yep, Secret of Mana Moogle. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that's still a thing that over across time just brought up. I don't think either one of them have checked Sick Kid yet.
Yeah, but I can see them doing it when they go to do Skull Woods. Just flute at 3, check it in on your way to the portal.
Yeah, what if he has the fire rod though?
Good point. Ice Rod? Don't know.
It's not on Trinex.
That's all we do know. It's not on GT either. There's our blue boomerang. 20 rupees. Heart piece. And just slip.
Yep, when Fortune takes a fall, it's gonna have to hookshot.
Oh yeah, Jullo doesn't have any bottles. I don't think they've been up to Paradox to check. That's where most, if not all, our bottles have been thus far. And it looks like Eriphram
Back to Hera.
Probably also the Spike Cave.
No, he already checked Spike Cave, because that's where Ether was.
Right.
Jolo hasn't checked.
Did either of them check Floating Island? Even in passing?
Yeah, it's a hard container. I believe they both did. Actually, because I don't know if because Jolo has, I need to check his item screen. No, he does, so he hasn't even been up to Death Mountain then yet.
It's not been up to East Death Mountain, no.
So he's going to now.
Yeah, we didn't have a fire source back here when we did Hera the first time, so we're double dipping it.
Yeah, we're Jolo getting stopped by those dead rocks. I'm trying to remember where Quake was.
Quake was in Paradox, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah, I think it was in Paradox, actually.
It was here in East Step Mountain. I can at least confirm that much. I just don't remember exactly where. Alright, moment of truth. Second item in Hera is just money. Oof.
We'll see if he decides to go into Turtle Rock. Nope, he's fluting away.
Loot the 3. Check the kid. Oh.
I don't think he went in Eastern.
No, I don't think he did either. This could be a pet seed, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking more and more likely because we know it's not in Eastern or behind the green. Trying to think of locations that have been unlocked, but we know potentially Desert, Mire.
Yes.
And first chest in Turtle Rock right now. There's Quake.
Yes. And Frostoise. They did do a bunch of Misery Rider, but only the surrounding area. They have not entered the dungeon itself. And in fact, we have not had logical access to clear Misery Mire completely until fairly recently for both runners, actually.
Yeah, inside of Swamp.
And even then, with Jewel needing that Quake Medallion.
Yeah, so right now, just both runners just retracing each other's steps right now at this point. It'll be interesting to see where they decide to go when they're finished with this. I could see Jolo going into Turtle Rock when he sees its Bombos, like I said, just to check to see what that first chest is, because if it's not a key, you're locked out of the dungeon immediately. It doesn't take too long to check.
Yeah, that would be a nice quick check.
Daniel Oberon, Desert Palace is not boots locked. It's a compass up on the torch. So we do have access to clear that, and there is one item on Landmolus as well. He's going to open it.
Might as well, moment of truth. That's where it's first item Fire Rod. That is a huge advantage for Julon. Because there's literally... Go on.
So like, if you find Fire Rod, do you continue in Turtle Rock and gamble for the Ice Rod at that point?
You're already here, you might as well go through the full dungeon. That way you can just blaze straight to the end. Because I've seen an item in the very early chest of Turtle Rock, only to find the Go Mode item that both runners needed on Laser Bridge.
No, just going to open it up for right now, though.
And what is on our floating island? Oh, it is that heart container. Just, I'd missed the check initially, so good that we got a reconfirmation on that.
Just trying to think after this. Believe they still need to check Sick Kid. Then it's Mire and Desert, and I think that's pretty much all they have access to outside of, you know, going into Turtle Rock without a Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Actually, have they checked Peg Cave?
I don't think so, no, but they can do that when they're in the town area. Because the logic I'm thinking here is... Get the item off of... Is do Hera, do Desert, or do Eastern, do Desert. Check the town for the remaining items. And then if you can't find anything else, go to Mire.
Jello is about to go check the basement for his 50 rupees.
I'm personally saying avoid Pendant Mire until you just have a gut feeling that it's a pedestal seed.
King of Spies basement has been checked. It is 50 rupees. Eriphram checked it a little bit ago.
And Jewel will be checking it momentarily.
Alright, where are you gonna go?
Checking Kakariko.
Route 3. Sick kid, check. Oh, yep. Remember Sick Kid.
Sick Kid, Hammer Pegs, Magic Bat. Let's see him. 1, 2, 3. Heart piece.
And the pet hype goes up.
Slowly but surely. Gonna dip into Dark World here.
I believe Eriphram has not checked Desert Palace yet. I don't believe he dipped in there when he went to my area, but Jolo did. He's cleared out the first part of Desert Palace. He just needs to go kill Landmolus.
Oh, Eriphram, that's actually a huge point. Eriphram might be assuming that boots are required for desert. And here we go. Hair pegs.
Just 10 arrows.
Alright, so it's Magic Bat now. And then it's time to dive into more dungeons, I think.
Yeah, that's it. It's dungeons after this, and it's only Desert and Misery Mire.
Or Turtle Rock.
Yeah, or that slight chance of Turtle Rock. I almost think, though, if you decide to go to Desert and Misery Mire before dipping Turtle Rock to gamble on it, you just go pull the ped at that point anyways. You kind of commit to it being a ped seed at that point.
Yeah, at this point, I would leave no room for doubt. Go for the second, there's a rod!
Oh. It's the rod, but not the one that gets you further into Turtle Rock. It's an ice rod.
Yeah! So, there's our Mr. Ice Rod. We could have Fire Rod on pedestal.
Yep. And right now, yeah, Eriphram's gonna head to Desert. Or going to Mire first. We'll see how he decides to do it.
Desert first.
Jolo's gonna head to Mire first, though.
Well, Jewel already has dipped in the front half, so knows that he has to just go to the back.
Yeah, so if Fire Rod is in Misery Mire, Jolo's ahead.
Yeah. And Eriphram did not even know that it was boots locked here. Or not, so now has that information at least, so boots could be also on pedestal. And now he's probably learning, oh god, probably thinking, oh god. Oh boy.
So yeah, 2 items inside of Misery Mire. We're looking for a Fire Rod. That is all we need to complete this seed now.
Pending boots. King Samari was in the first chest of Swamp Palace.
Map in the first chest.
Of Misery Mire, yep. Now, conversely, Fire Rod could be on Moldorm. Or Lamos, rather.
Yeah, it could be. Fire Rod could also still be in Turtle Rock. We just would have to find keys to get us to a point where we could get the Fire Rod. It could even be on Laser Bridge.
Or Fire Rod could just be in the first chest, like, hey, you could have come in here and finished me, whatever.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, in the randomizer, the first actual chest of swamp that is not randomized. It's not randomized. Rather. But the first actual randomized chest is beyond that point. So we just basically ignore the fact that there is already a chest.
And we found the big key. Gonna skip the cutscene chest first.
Yeah, Thor, you missed the ice rod. It was that magic bat! Both runners picked it up at relatively the same time.
Yeah, like 3 seconds within each other.
And here's the Moldorm fight. We're looking for Fire Rod. Eriphram not having any luck with those silver shots.
Down goes Lanmolas.
Bomb expansion!
So, not there.
It's in Mire. Or Pedestal.
Or Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I get Lanmolas and Molder mixed up as well. They're both worm ace bosses.
Yeah, there it is. We're in go mode.
Both runners are not... Eriphram is not out of the woods yet. Just has to go to the big key chest. And Chad is pointing out, we are still not technically in go mode. I would say it's in the... There's a play on words we like to use. It's called Schrodinger's go mode. Because if the big key for Ganon's Tower is on the torch, we need to find the boot somewhere.
Yeah, that's like, what, 95.6%, I think, something like that, chance that we're in go mode right now.
I've been around with boot lock seeds before, so could happen.
Yeah, they do happen, so... But yeah, at this point, just have to kill Mothula, go through Turtle Rock, and go in again in Tower.
I'd say we have a very close race in our hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be about the Skull Woods difference.
Well, not only that, it's, again, going back to the experience here. Eriphram has about a year of experience over Jewel, who's only been at this for 3 months. Eriphram could catch up through just pure execution.
Yeah, it's possible. But there goes Mothula for Jolo. There's the last item of Skullwoods. It's red, 20 rupees.
Yeah, so time to go up Turtle Rock and finish it. And if the boots are there, then we have a true go mode. And Eriphram will be right behind.
Jello gonna stop, get some safeties.
7th count. Where are the rods? Ice Rod. Was that Magic Bat? Fire Rod. Eriphram's about to get it right now in the cutscene chest. Here in Misery Mire. And there it is. Eriphram is now in our Schrodinger's Go mode here. We will not be able to confirm Go mode until the Ganon's Tower torch is checked or boots have been found, whichever comes first. And as a result, Pet is still technically alive, but on life support.
Yep, it went from being very hyped to life support very quick.
It can now only be alive if the boots are required for the GT Ascent.
Can't do the guessing game just yet because we are still missing 7th Crystal. Still need the one in Turtle Rock.
Yes. So hold off on your guesses just for a little while, folks. We'll let you know when it's time. And Cyclone doing some quick math. 2% chance that boots are required?
No, it's more than that. It's a 1 in 22 chance. That's like 4 point something %. We could find the boots in Turtle Rock, though. Who knows?
He makes up the numbers. Alright, fair enough, Cyclone, fair enough. And there was a small key, so you could have tried to go deeper. They're trying to bait you in with an early fire rodless dip.
Yeah, it would have been that way, but how deep would you be able to go?
I don't know. How deep is the rabbit hole that is the Turtle Rock? There's a tortoise and a hare joke I can make there. I think. But let's move on. Office down. There's the big key for Turtle Rock.
And another key. Which is good, because, you know, depending on how keys are laid out, you could potentially skip Laser Bridge.
Yeah. But the question I'm going to ask you, Sir Link, do you skip items and just gamble that the torch, even though it's a very slim chance that it is there, the big key's there, do you take that risk?
Yes.
In a race like this?
Yep.
Alright.
If all I'm missing are boots, then yes. If I'm being, like, sitting at Master Sword right now instead of Tempered, then no, I wouldn't be skipping chests. But at this point, you know, unless you're on Laser Bridge, you're really not skipping many chests in Turtle Rock anyways. However, when I get to Ganon's Tower, if I don't have boots, I'm going down left side first to check that torch before I even think about going right side.
Alright. Let us see what Jewel has decided upon. Getting a little bit trolled by the enemies here. Has to chase the Pokey down. And
Refill on health.
Choosing to leave the chest in the middle of the island alone.
But you know, going to the mindset of the runner, you found Fire Rod in almost the last location you possibly could. So, and you know, with how Jolo found his access to Misery Mire, how long he waited to go to Death Mountain when he had access to it, he probably actually feels very behind right now.
Yeah.
As far as the question about the big key guessing game, when it comes to the torch, it's when the torch is seen, not whether or not it gets collected.
There's the red meringue in the Turtle Rock Big Chest. And for those wondering, we do go by the order of checks based on the first runner into GT. Alright, is Laser Bridge required?
Yep, all comes down to this chest.
Laser Bridge is not required. But I say again, do you risk that? You're right here. And those boots that could be required for GT could be in one of those last 4. And this is a huge time sink to come back.
Yeah, I still do it, especially, you know, finding the items in the order that Julos found them. I would definitely just kind of skip those chests. If I'm feeling behind, I know I need to make as many gambles as possible to catch up.
Ooh. Eriphram gets out.
Yep, and he's skipping Laser Bridge.
Alright.
Because even if it's boots locked, with all the locations you've looked at right now, the highest chance where the boots are actually going to be are in Ganon's Tower itself right now.
Fair point. Didn't think about that. Alright folks, so we are not going to have much time to explain the game, so I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick while we're in this Trinex fight here. There are 22 item locations that could have our big key in Ganon's Tower. Hold your guesses. We're going to time it with boss with the crystal swipe on our end. But yeah, 22 chests. Make sure to get your guesses ready. And when we give the command, give us a number. And if you are a supporter to the Speed Gaming Network, be it through a subscription or giving us 250 bits, you're eligible for our leaderboards, in which you get your name put on a nice little spreadsheet.
Yep. Don't put your guesses in just yet. We haven't started it. Just a little bit.
Boots!
Well, never mind. There's the boots.
And that's go mode! True go mode for Joel! Alright. Get them in fast, folks. We're only gonna have maybe 30 seconds. That is a huge relief on Joel's mind. He knows he's in true go mode now after killing Trinex.
Yep, gets Das boots, and he's off.
Alright, we're gonna close the game when we see Jewel go downstairs. Does that sound good to you?
Typically right when we go inside Ganon's Tower.
Alright. Alright. We should be closing our guesses any second now. Piece of heart and a small key as our first 2 items. And Jewel is going right. And we're seeing some support pour in here. Thank you so much for that. Kodak Carlson?
That's what it looks like. And Eriphram is about to get into his Trinex fight.
And we'll be in go mode. Chest 3, Big 20. Chest 4, the Mushroom. Butter Sword is chest 5. Chest 6, Vanilla Compass.
We're going left side.
Well, first we're going to pick up this key here. What is it in the dark position strat? You check the Stout Post room chest and then go full right. Item 7, by the way, it's a small key. Bob lives.
Yeah, that's surprising to actually see the key just stay there. It's like, I understand it's there. You probably have the keys, but usually you're going to pick that up.
And there's the boots for Eriphram. 8 is the bug net. 9 is a red potion. That'll be very helpful going up the tower. 10, piece of heart. 11, 50 rupees.
We go further.
We go further.
No, Bob is actually alive so far on Jullo's side.
It sounds like Jullo is making progress there. There is another chest with a key in it. That is item number 12. So it's looking like it's going to be rando room or the room chest before.
Yep, Fire Snake room, rando room.
Alright, so here comes chest number 13 in the Fire Snake room.
Oh, Eriphram is not going to go right side, so he's going to gain a little bit of time here.
And Jewel has found 50 rubies in the Fire Snake room. That's just 13?
Yeah, that's 13.
Alright, just make sure. 14, 15, 16, and 17 are coming right here in the rando room. So called because note you don't visit as an NMG. 14, big key! 10 arrows, the cup, the map, and an arrow booster. And Bob is dead on Eriphram's side. Not that we'll see Bob. Because, yes, it is 14. And Lana Bean was the first person to guess correctly. Congratulations. Let's get you in that leaderboard. And as you can see, there are all the people who have guessed correctly thus far. There's a huge tie for 4 wins. But at the top, Alpha Channel with 10.
Yeah, Eriphram just a couple rooms away. He's about to get his big key, so probably only a couple minutes difference between the two of them right now.
And again, it could come down to execution. That'll give Eriphram some time back. Alright, up the stairs leading to the multiple battle rooms at 150 for Jullon.
And Eriphram about to get the big key. Doesn't even check the other chests.
Now, the only advantage, if you can even call that, is Jewel will have Butter Sword, which means they'll have a much easier time getting through Ganon's phases. Oh, but Jewel is getting bodied. drinks
He's got some potion.
Drinks the blue. Jewel also, I think, has a red potion, as does Eriphram.
Yeah, they picked that one up in the Stealthos room.
And Eriphram's about a minute and 30 seconds behind.
Yep, pretty much that exactly. Like a minute and 28 seconds.
So this is going to be real close, folks. Very nice Stalfos room.
Yeah, definitely gained some time there. His kills are a little bit quicker because he's using arrows. Jullo was using fire rod, so I had to wait for the animations on that last kill. Ooh, Jullo taking a fall there.
And spending a little time waiting. Yeah, Jullo's going to wait out the clock here. All right, 152. Going into the Helmsor room. 152.30. Alright, this could be a significant time loss if Trolldorm actually does this job. Nope, Trolldorm down for Jullon. Now Jullon did pick a little bit of a time advantage up against Eriphram. And Boldorm's last possession, just some bombs. And as Jullon goes to the 4-7, we see Eriphram on 4-6.
Gained about 25 seconds in the gauntlet.
Yeah, this is anyone's game.
And he'll gain a little bit of time on that room right there because he didn't have to kill the mini Helmosaurs.
Yes. Eriphram will lose a bit of time, and by comparison, though, simply because he'll have a slower Trolldorm. Alright,
Nice.
Jullon takes the wizard down at 154. And some change, and now with that down, it is now time to fight the big.
Oh, Eriphram takes a fall.
Oh no!
Yeah, he unfortunately got a poke off on Trolldorm, and that puts him into his enraged state.
Yeah. So that's gonna cost Eriphram some time. But like I was about to say, with Butter Sword, 6 slashes for the first 2 phases, and then 1 each for phase 3, and then 1 plus a silver arrow, or 2, or even 3 in phase 4, and that'll be GG for Jullon. This isn't quite game yet. Jullon could still get bodied enough that dies to, oh, who am I kidding? He has his cave, and he most likely has another blue potion.
No, he's still got the red that he picked up in Stalfos' room. So major thing would be a fall at this point.
For a lot of misfire shots. That's a nice double for Eriphram. And down goes Aga 2. Okay,
a lot of teleporting.
This is where I might catch him off guard. Alright, got the torch glitch. Only getting singles here. That's gonna do it though!
Yep. Down Ganon goes.
GG's to Julloninja. Has defeated Ganon, just needs to walk through the door and we will give you an official time. But he is the winner of this race, clocking an official SRTP time of 1 hour, 56 minutes, 28 seconds. But this was an extremely close race.
Oh, did Eriphram have a fairy?
No, we didn't find the net. Oh, we did find the net.
Okay, so we've got Julloninja in the waiting room. We're gonna go ahead and bring him in.
Alright. Congratulations on your win, Julloninja. You have now advanced, or rather qualified, for the bracket stages. This is a fairly close race, though. Your opponent is actually on Ganon right now. And meanwhile, we are soon to see the witch had just some arrows for us if we turn into that mushroom. Bookworm book can read again. Shovel lead to the book.
Fetch quest to fetch quest.
Oh. Alright, I think my mic's working now. GG.
Yes, GG, and more importantly, GG to your opponent, Eriphram, who was just defeated Ganon on their end. This is a, yeah, like I said, this is a very close race, but Eriphram died again and fell to Moldworm too. He was really on your tail there. But yes, GG to Eriphram once again. Official SRTV time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, 21 seconds. And he's in the waiting room too. Shall we pull him in for a double interview?
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and pull him in.
A very good Eriphram. I want to say the Fire Emblem name. I'm sorry. But yeah, very close race here. You were admittedly behind going up the tower, but you made up a lot of time. But unfortunately, that last couple of fights kind of killed your momentum and gave Julie that buffer. But yeah, very good race from the. Just go on.
Go on.
Sorry. Very good race from the both of you. There's nothing to be mad about. Oh, but there's the pedestal knowledge. There was our mirror shield.
Pedestal. Who's surprised about that?
Well, we were worried for a little bit there because we couldn't find those rods or the boots, and then it turns out they weren't even in the way.
Surprised I won because of that swamp powers flooding the key,
Yeah, that
taking
actually
everything.
That actually did cost you a little bit of time here, but again, when you found the fire rod, you were actually the first person to be in that pseudo go mode, and once you got the boots, that was definitive. But again, I say it again, your opponent, Eriphram, who did a good job in his own right, was right on your tail all the way up the tower. Actually was gaining a little bit of time, but then ultimately lost it when at the Moldorm fight.
I think I almost fell to Moldorm. He's been a bit tricky today.
But yeah.
Ephraim, can you hear us? Eriphram? It looks like Eriphram is having mic issues here, so we'll get him to talk to us here in a little bit. But in the meantime, Julia, walk us through the seed here.
Well, I mean, it was straightforward. I mean, sequence breaking old man made me do a bit more at the start than I wanted. And just ignored Eastern altogether, which would have been nice. The lamp being where it was, I figured into Death Mountain again and then have, Hera Basement be Fire Rod or something. So I just really wanted to wait everything else before going up to Death Mountain a second time. That Fire Rod location was but Maya, it's the last thing I want to do as a pendant when I'm looking for one item.
And surprisingly, it was available for quite a while, as was Turtle Rock. But no way you could have got down there without the fire rod anyway.
When I went up,
no, wait, yeah, never mind.
When I went up there, I was like, oh, I should go on Turtle Rock and check that one item. It's, it'll be something good, and I decided against it. I really didn't want something there that led me elsewhere.
Oh, Eriphram, can you hear us now? Can you talk? I saw his mic bubble go on. Anyway. So, you actually had kind of an advantage there, Jello, going right side first, because that actually gave you Butter Sword. While it wasn't too critical, it did allow you to have the 2/ guarantee on Molder not going to rage state. That actually happened to Eriphram, and that knocked him down. And Molder too. And then he died again, and so, again, had those two things not happened, he probably would have been right on your tail. This could have been as close as maybe 30 seconds.
Jeez. I mean, gotta always be careful with Moldorm. When I make him enraged, it's always it's safe, but then if you have boots, you can just go full ham on him.
Alright, I think I got it now.
Alright, Ephraim, walk us through the scene on your end here.
Oh man, that fire rod was not in a place I like it to be. As Julloninja said, that fire rod being in Misery Mire is like one of the last places I wanted to be. But finding the Moon Pearl early in Titan's Midst, boy, that opened it up quite wide early on, till it started getting constricted for me there.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite places to do when you have an early flute, is just go do all the desert checks. And given the fact you had Titan's Midst and Mirror as well, You really had no reason not to go at least check Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, I almost ended up looting it away accidentally. And I'm like, wait, Agina's still there. Let's go check Agina. I'm right there. And boy, I'm glad I did.
Yeah. But this is a fairly straightforward scene. Pedestal not having anything required, although we were legit scared for a while there. And then we were also legit scared about the boots being left on Laser Bridge, but nope, they were on Trinex.
Yeah, I was getting ready for a blind pedestal pull. Wouldn't have been the first tourney race I had where we had to do a blind pedestal pull for a required item to get into Turtle Rock or finish it.
And you were not going to find that book anytime soon. We did discover the book's location. It was actually at the shovel spot in the Haunted Grove. And, well, we didn't have to see Shovel at all.
I mean, there's not a lot of places left for Shovel to be.
Yeah, the second item in Meyer... Or, no, wait, that was the fire rod, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah, there wasn't that much at all.
Booth locations, Laser Bridge, Turtle Rock, the few locations in Ganon's Tower that are getting checked in. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but once you're in Ganon's Tower, that really doesn't matter. So yeah, Jullo, you will be advancing to the bracket stages. You gotta be feeling really good that you don't have to worry about Week 7 at all.
Oh, I get to have more fun in Week 7 at least.
Yeah, and Eriphram, you're on the bubble.
Yeah, it happens.
You're gonna give it your best?
I'm just here for fun, and that's what I'm having. Whatever happens, happens.
And no matter what happens, you're at least gonna walk away from this tournament with a positive win-loss out of Swiss. You gotta feel good about that, at least.
Yeah, I will be happy. I had a goal of winning one race, and I passed my goal, so I'm really happy with where I'm at.
Always good to hear. So anyway, yeah, final thoughts on the seed, you two?
Yay, Fire Rod.
I was really hoping for that Vanilla Swamp Palace.
Alright. Well, that's about all the questions I have to ask here. Once again, folks, GG's to both our runners here. Make sure to give them a follow here on Twitch. They put on an excellent race for us tonight. Came right down to the last few minutes. And while you're at it, make sure to give Dusume, our tracker here, a follow. And let's also not forget my co-com, SirLinkalot707. And while you're giving all of them a follow, make sure to also give Speed Gaming Network a follow. We're on 3 right now. There's the original Speed Gaming. There's also 2. There's also Speed Gaming's 4, 5, and 6. And if that's not enough Link to the Past Randomizer for you, we also have 4 channels dedicated to it. A Link to the Past Randomizer and its sub-channels 2, 3, and 4. But, yeah, that's about all I'd say. Anything you want to say real quick, Linkalot, before I sign us off?
No, just shoutouts to both Eriphram and Julloninja for giving us a great race to watch, especially how close it got at the end. Thanks to co-commentating with me, and thanks to Dusume for tracking for us.
Yes. So that's going to do us from here. I don't know what's next on the Speed Gaming schedule, but whatever it is, should be a great watch. But from all of us here at A Link to Best Randomizer, we shall see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Good night, everyone!